How you doing? Okay, so this is part 2 of our video setting up our hunt stand. It's getting a little bit dark right now. Watch the part 1. That is the tree stand setup. So in this case, we've got quite a pretty in-depth forest bed, lots of leaves and so on. So we're just going to do a really quick and simple setup to just try to get the deer interested in the area. So what I usually do, I've just brought a little bit of pumpkin pieces, but just enough for them. I've got some just deer urine. I just keep it in a glass jar to try to avoid the smells. So before I'm going to put that down, I'm going to put some gloves on it. I'm going to try to avoid touching anything with my bare hands. I make sure that my tree site has got a pretty good sighting on it. What I usually like to do is just use some kind of a stick like this. I try to use something natural. You know, there are mock scrape type plastic tools. This one's going to be a little bit tricky because I don't actually have a licking branch anywhere nearby. There's a couple spots the deer could use, but in this case I'm just going to take this ground. I'm going to use a stick. I'm going to clear it. Again, raw forest bed is pretty nice. Lots going on. Oh, the stick's busted, but it'll still do the job. So that'll be good for just putting down a little bit of the pumpkin there. I like to use natural stuff. I don't very often use a lot of corn or attractant bait. If the season's getting kind of rough, then I'll use some attractant. Just make sure though, if you're baiting or you're using attractant, please check with your local wildlife management unit to make sure that it is legal. Not all areas it is. So a couple small branches here. They're not very tall, but just to still get some interest. This is kind of what you want to do. Ideally, you'd like to find a much larger overhanging branch. It's not to say that the bucks won't come, but just depending on the environment that you have. So we try to do this, make it look like the buck was here, scraping. All right. Okay, so I've taken that like this. In this case here, I'm just gonna take this out. I've got a couple different options here. I've been fairly successful by just, putting it on the ground. In this case, we just want to get that scent out there. I just put it on the branch, gets that environment kind of. I take a little bit of the deer urine. Traditionally, I'll throw it a little bit on the tree nearby. It'll kind of soak. So now I've got some on these branches over here. Got different brands. I don't usually get too actually hung up, with cloths to put them on or so on. I usually have fairly good luck with kind of just doing it this route. You do what you do with what you got. So we'll see how this turns out. And then over in this site here, I'm just going to throw some of these pumpkins. We'll see kind of interest they get. So again, like I said before, please make sure you check with your local wildlife management unit or WMU to make sure that you can, in fact, bait in your area. So wish us luck. Hopefully this turns into a successful hunt. This location, like I have said, it's an addition to our multiple areas for hunting. So we hope just a little bit of preparation over an hour and a half before the sun goes down. We'll have a good year and we'll yield some good results. So happy hunting and live wild.